as a woman and a human being, this has been my experience. We don't talk openly about sexual energy unless it's like in something specific. So the reason I want to share this with you and talk about this today is because I'm going to share something very vulnerable, and I hope my only intention is to share it with you so that it may help you and that it may support you. And that it's like a reminder that all of us are going through our own levels of growth and stuff, stuff. And my life is great. My life is amazing. I have an amazing business. I'm so grateful that I have so many clients. I have an amazing, and I have just amazing clients, like amazing women find me, and some men sprinkled in there as well. And now we're doing these equine healing retreats that are literally, I've never seen anything like the healing that goes on in those retreats. It's incredible. But and we have another group coming on Thursday. And my family and all these things are really, really working in my life. And I'm a human being, and I have a couple of things, and you may relate to this, that will continue to come to the surface. And one of those, meaning that like I do some healing work and it comes back. Not as bad or as strong, or it's just a different look or layer to it. But mine is my sexual energy. I was extremely, extremely abused sexually as a kid by multiple people. And I'm not going to go into it because the story, it doesn't even matter, right? I'm past the story. I'm done with the story, and the story doesn't even matter. And the people involved don't get to have any of my energy. Like I have no energy on the people anymore. It's the story. It's just a story. However, there is still some energetic imprints from that, and some ways I run my sexual energy that's a fallout from there. Sexual energy is one of the most powerful energies on the planet. That's why it is manipulated, it is co-opted, it is used, it is abused. It's all the things. It's all the things. It's energy, right? It's all it is energy. Even with pornography, or I don't know, some of these other things that people do, or sex parties, it's the energy, right? It's got an energy. And I was never taught how to be in that energy in an aligned, sacred way with myself, because I went from abuse to extreme promiscuity mixed with insecurity. And so I was like, oh, I have this energetic sexual power. I can use that to get love. I can use that to get attention. So I would basically, in adulthood and as a married woman, I've really had to, like, how do I run sexual energy properly through my body and through my system? And I'm still working that out. So what I'm working on right now is it's very, very deep, and I'm seeing things come up from past lives, like lives where I was a sexual slave, lives where I was trafficked in a way. And I say in a way because it was a different kind of trafficking that came up in this past life. I mean, like other lives where I've been in the throes of some sort of sexual samsara or in sexual suffering. And it's one of those things that I'm just continuously through this lifetime, even when I've sat with plant medicine and I do my work, I'm like, here I am again, but I'm willing to go there. And so I started working on it again in the last 3 days. I'm like, something's up. I got to shift something, got to move something. The womb space is also is like the second chakra. And that's also where money lives, creativity. So it's your sacral chakra is so important. They're all important, but it's a huge hub. Like even for men, it's a hub. It's where our sexual organs are. It's like right there. So this thing come up, and I started doing some deep energetic soul work with my guides on it. And my stomach has been hurting all day in the sacral spot. And I was like, what? Did I eat something? Because I don't really get stomach aches. I don't really get a lot of body stuff. I'm very, very fortunate that way that I just don't. And my stomach's hurting, and I'm like, I was moving major, major energy. And I came across a life. Look, I'm going to put some Florida water on my stomach. I came across a past life where I was, there was like a curse on me, black magic. So I cleared that. And ever since I've cleared it, my stomach hurts. And my guides are like, you're just moving around. You're moving around sexual energy. That's it. Right. And so your body, it's like surgery. It's spiritual surgery, energetic surgery. So it's like my body's going, oh, what's that all about? Like you just moved something that wasn't even, that didn't, that shouldn't have been there. And I'm sharing this with you. One, something in me is to say, like, just to bring you the question to you today, what is your relationship to your sexual energy like today? And if that question made you nervous, get really curious around it. Be like, oh, that's weird. I got nervous. Or I'm like, why is she, or you judged me. Like, why is she bringing this up? Or that's really rude. Whatever your reaction was to what is the relationship to your sexual energy like today, whatever or maybe you got excited. Maybe you're like, I don't know, I'm curious. Whatever it is, get really curious around your reaction because it will tell you everything. And I'm not saying go ahead and start looking at it today, but it is a powerful energy that in the climate that we're in right now, in a lot of uncertainty, and people are in a lot of fear and a lot of just, I'm so bored with all the political stuff. I'm not going to lie. I'm so bored. And I know that people are really scared. I'm bored of the bitching. I'm bored of the bitching. I've like blocked probably 50 people on Facebook. If I see people bitching about one side or the other, I'm out. I have no interest in it. Because they're caught in the matrix. So I just digressed. But but there is a lot moving around, and we are in a spiritual war, and things are just moving and shaking. So if you are in that powerful sexual energy mixed with your powerful power energy, then things are not going to talk. The possibility of things tossing you around energetically is going to get less and less. When you're able to channel sexual energy with your power in a loving, profound, and grounded way, because it's such powerful energy, you're going to feel yourself in a really, really powerful way. And I wasn't feeling myself as very powerful in the last week. I mean, I always feel okay, but there was something, and I'm like, this is up for me again. I'm going to go in and I'm going to clear it. I'm going to go in and do another layer. So even just beginning to ask yourself that question. And if there's places where you're leaking sexual energy, maybe an obsession with another person, maybe you're watching too much pornography. I'm not saying don't watch pornography. That is not what I'm saying. That is your business. But when you will also know, are you watching it too much? Are you engaging in it too much? Are you obsessing about another person? And here's another thing. Are you what they call a sexual anorexic, meaning maybe it's been years since you've had sex? And I'm not saying, and that's okay, absolutely. But where are you channeling that sexual energy? Is it dormant? Are you pleasuring yourself? That kind of thing. Or do you feel like, you know what, I just don't want to touch that energy? And if that's the case, maybe wrap it in some golden sacred energy, because it's there. We are sexual beings. And if you're in an anorexic place with it and you don't want to engage, you have absolutely no desire. Trust me, I was there for 10 years. My poor husband, 10 years. I didn't want to do anything. I'm talking literally, to me, it felt like torture, not with him, because I love him and I'm very attracted to him, like unbelievably so. It was just like, that was not the energy that I was able to hold. But it took a toll on me. It like really zapped my my creative energy. And during that time too, we were always kind of felt like we were just kind of making it financially. Like, yes, we were living in San Francisco and it's incredibly expensive. But it was during the time we were in San Francisco. It was a chunk of that time. I had no desire in sex. We're always kind of on the edge with money, and like we paid all our bills, that kind of that old story, but it never felt like enough. But since I started tapping into my sexual energy and healing it and being with it and honoring with it, I'm way more financially abundant. So there is a connection there. But if you're saying, I really don't want to even think about it, here's what I'd like you to do. Here's what I invite you to do. Just imagine wrapping your sacral, or even like imagining you're wrapping your sexual energy in a golden or some kind of beautiful color wrap, or an angel or something. Just be like, I see you, I honor you, I love you. I'm just not ready to activate you yet. Just be mindful and say, is it there? Now, the reason I'm going to tell you one more time, the reason, no, a different way. I'm all over the map here, but I'm not, I am, and I'm not. But what I want to share with you is the downloads I've been getting about the sexual energy and the times that we're in now is that if people are out of integrity with their own sexual energy, meaning abusing it, using people, that kind of thing, you're going to have they are going to have a really rough time right now. There's something in the energy. There's something in the chaos making, and the dark is activated because the dark, I truly believe, will be leaving soon. So things are really amped up. The light's really amped up in a beautiful way, and the dark is really amped up. And this is the war we're in. But the dark loves misaligned sexual energy. It loves to freaking feed on it. I'm talking, that's why we have rape, right? That's why we have these terrible, terrible crimes all through the energy of sex, because the dark loves that. They can feed. So if you're misaligned or in some sort of addiction, or even just not honoring it, I'm not saying you're going to be attacked if you're not honoring. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, by being even honoring your sexual energy with a prayer, some light, and some wrapping it up, there's a way that you're protecting that sacred space in your body and in your energy field, because there's a lot going on. There is a lot going on energetically out there. Normally, I would never talk about this on a video, but it feels really, really important right now, at the very least, to honor your sexual energy by wrapping it into some light. And if you have some unhealed parts of yourself when it comes to that, just ask yourself, is it time to start working on it? Is it time to start looking at it? Is it time to start getting help with it? And I work with a practitioner, I do, but I don't see her every day. I see her once, maybe twice a month. I used to go monthly, but weekly, in the times when I'm not seeing her, guess what I do to heal myself or work on myself? I use the shamanic journey. I have a very deep relationship to the guides. I've been doing the shamanic journey for I don't even know, forever, over 2 decades. And whenever there is a challenge or an issue or something I want to work on, I can just close my eyes, put on the drums or some music, and go to my guides. The way I was taught to use the shamanic journey is in a therapeutic way. Yes, I can go into all the dimensions and see all the unicorns and things like that, but the way I teach people and the way I use it in my work is and is aligned with my guides to help people grow, heal, move forward, those types of things. It is done in a very different way than most practitioners teach. So that has saved me in the last few days. It is helping me so much. So at the bottom of this video, if you have made it this far, thank you for listening and watching. There is a PS at the bottom of this video, and I'm inviting you to a 3-day event where I'm going to teach the very early on basics of the shamanic journey. So when things like this come up for yourself, any kind of upset, anything, even if you just want to feel your power and your light and your activation, you start to have a deep relationship with your guides. And guess what? Just put on some music and some drums, and you're there too. And it's about cultivating that relationship. And if you have ever tried to journey before and you weren't able to, come to my class, because I can't guarantee it's going to happen, but I am pretty good at showing you how to connect with your guides in the way that works for you. So join me. It's down. The PS is down there. And also, if there's something that you're working on internally, that coming to the class, it'll really help you with that. And then back to the sexual energy, really be mindful of it. Some people, I myself included, have been really freaking sloppy with my sexual energy in the past. And now moving into it, being more mindful, I can feel the sacredness of the power, because you are beautiful, and it is one of our superpowers. And when we combine that with integrity, sexual energy, and our personal power, and your relationship to the divine, then we're on a high vibrational power and plane. Thank you so much for listening. My name is Beth Osmer, and I hope to see you on the next video.